Okay, so this book, the new Crochet Stitch Dictionary, 440 patterns for textures, shells, bobbles, lace cables, chevrons, edgings, granny squares and more. So I bought it because I liked the look of what was going on the front there, picture wise. It's quite new, so it's not really wanting to stay open particularly. I've thumbed through it a couple of times, but that's all. It's decent sized book, lots of good pictures. Obviously you've got your contents, you've got your basic stitch patterns. So this is where some people may run into problems. It's fine for me because I'm okay reading off a crochet chart, but it's only got very basic instructions. Every single pattern says work in rows following the chart. That's it. That's all it says. So you need to be able to decipher these little diagrams if you want to get the most out of this book. So there's a couple of 2 or 3 or 4 pictures. That is your only swatch for your 440 stitches. It is a good picture to show you what the texture is going to be like if you use that particular stitch. But what you do need, without a doubt, is a good understanding of how to follow a chart. So for example, this one, gritty all over pattern. Your stitch counts here, so it says odd stitch count and +1 beginning chain. Work in rows following the chart. Work rows 1 to 5 once and then repeat rows 2 to 5 for the pattern. So that's obviously your casting on chain. It does give you the abbreviations here for the diagram. It does list all the abbreviations, but so that one is, you do your cast on chain, then you do 1 single crochet, then here you skip 1, and then that one is 1 twice extended single crochet with instructions on how to do it, and that is it. So yes, there are a lot of stitch patterns. There's a lot of stitch patterns in here with a picture for each, what the finished result is going to look like for each stitch pattern. It does give you multiple of 4 +1 chain +2 beginning chains, even stitch count +1 beginning chain. There's nothing about what yarn to use or anything like that. There's lots and lots of, this one's how to do stitch patterns in the round. These are all in the round. Then it goes to shell and fan patterns. So there's a couple on each page. You've got to be able to work in rows following the chart. Multiple of 6 +1 +3 beginning chains. So there's some really useful, there's some lovely textures and stitches in this book. Absolutely lovely. And so if you're doing like freeform crochet or something like that, and you just want to add a piece to something that you're already working on, but you want something with a different texture or a different look to it, this is a great way of finding out how many stitches, you know, you use that, for example, to pick up the correct number of stitches from your previous bit of work, and then follow the chart. But you must, absolutely must, be able to read a crochet chart. Clusters, popcorns, bobbles, puffs and nups. So we're up to 135 out of 440. That's nice. Puff grid. So, you know, if you're making yourself a, that's nice if you wanted to make yourself a nice chunky sweater, e.g. multiple of 4 plus 1 chain plus 3 beginning chains. Follow the diagram. So all in all for this book, lots to look at in terms of patterns and textures. If you can't find something in here, I don't really know what you're going to be looking for. Spike stitches. So you should definitely be able to find something that you like in here, because there's that many. However, this is not a book for beginners. This is intermediate or advanced with knowledge of how to read crochet charts. And, you know, that is just absolute gobbledygook to a lot of people. So raised stitch patterns, these are nice, aren't they? I do like a wicker basket. Lots of lovely raised stitch patterns. So we're up to 200, we're only up to 223. But yeah, as I say, not for a beginner, not unless you're a very adventurous beginner and you want to learn how to read a crochet chart before you start, because it's not straightforward for some people. It's, you know, it's like weird magic. But that's all you get in this book. There are no written instructions other than a brief instruction on what that symbol means. There's a bit of an instruction there which tells you what exactly to do, but other than that, you follow this. So say there's some absolute fabulous like textures. Pineapple in there. Oh, hello, got a bit of cat interference. Move your head, please. Do you want to be on camera? Yeah, blocking the light, Diesel, thank you very much. That's Sir Diesel of Baratheon, who's trying to make an appearance. Oh, no, he's actually going to sit on... Oh dear, that's typical cat, isn't it? Please don't stand on the keyboard, thank you. So yeah, lots of cable patterns, how to do the cabling. We're up to 331, so cabled waves, I do like that. That was one of the ones on the front that attracted my attention. Ripple and chevron patterns, lots of different textures and patterns here. Chevrons with raked windows, I like that. And he's back again. Just, yeah. Go on, move your butt. Move your butt. Thank you. Edgings and borders towards the end. Lots of different borders. Some quite thin, some really big. Little flower edging. So there's, but again, it still only gives you the working rows following the chart on every single pattern in this book. Which is fine for me because I can read a crochet chart, but it's not going to be fine for some people. If you don't know how to read a chart, you're going to be struggling with this, certainly initially. I mean, maybe after a little while you'll get the hang of it and it'll be really useful. But if you don't want to learn how to use a chart, don't buy this book. That's what I would say to you, because you need to be able to understand this in order to do any of the patterns in this book. And it's back. Okay. A few squares at the back. And triangle, actually. And star flower. And then the crochet basics about foundation chains, how to read the charts, all that kind of stuff is at the back, along with the index. But there is no, you know, like a lot of them where they have when they do the crochet basics, they actually have pictures of how to do the how to do a single crochet, how to do a double crochet, etc. This doesn't have that. I think this book is assuming that you are going to be, that you are going to be intermediate or advanced with knowledge of crochet charts. Yeah, mister. You are so naughty. So yeah, I like the book. I think it's going to come in. I say it's a new acquisition, so I've not really used it in anger yet. But I do think it's going to come in really handy for some of my freeform work and that kind of thing. And just bespoke garments. I'm in the middle of, or I've just started doing one for my sister. And she wants me to surprise her, so she's going to get a surprise, that's for sure. It'll come in useful for that, to find a nice texture that I want to put in her cardigan. But as I say, that's because I am okay reading crochet diagrams. If you're not, you need to think twice about this book. I do like the book, but it's not going to be for everyone. All right, that's it for this one. Bye for now.